Hello students, welcome to Prudential Businesses. So students, in this tutorial we'll be discussing about the functions of marketing. So this is as per chapter number 11, marketing functions in the CBSE syllabus. Okay, so here whenever we talk about the functions of marketing, we need to relate it with the marketing management functions. Okay, so management, as we already know, that it is just activities related to planning, organizing, directing the process of the works of a particular firm. Okay, so when the works of a firm are being related, are being used in the processes of marketing, we usually call it as your marketing management. So what are the activities related to that of marketing? The common activities that are related to marketing is just satisfying the needs and wants of the people, okay, or our customers. So managing all those activities, starting from planning, organizing, directing, motivating and coordinating and controlling the various activities related to satisfying the needs and wants of the customers, is only the marketing management functions. Okay, so starting with the first function, that is gathering and identifying the customers needs and wants, this is called marketing research. So when we do marketing research, we need to first select a particular target market. In that target market, we need to analyze what are the needs and wants of the customers, the necessities of customers, and what are the things as which the customers will be satisfied if they get, and what are the things as that they will dissatisfy them, how to make the goods and services. Also we need to understand the lifestyle of the people of the target market. Also we need to analyze the economy of the people in the target market. So that is only comprises everything relating to market research. Recently in your projects, this market research are used because of the pandemic, it is done online. That means preparing a questionnaires and then collecting the answers of that questionnaires through various online media. Okay, the second step in the marketing function is market planning. So whenever we get the word planning, so we have learned the various steps of planning, right? We have learned the various types of planning. We have learned about how to set an objectives. After objectives, how are we going to make a broader framework, that is the policies, then strategies, procedures, step by step, how to achieve that. We have learned that in chapter planning. So after analyzing the needs and wants of the customer, after going through the various market research, the next step of a marketer is to plan the market. Okay, that means what will be the strategies, what will be the procedure, so as to satisfy the needs and wants of the people in our targeted market. Okay, so that is market planning. Okay, so market planning was first basically related with the management of the activities for satisfying the customers. Now come to the product, the main physical activities that we with which we will be dealing with, that is the product design and development. Then here we need to design our product and development keeping in mind the needs and wants of the people. Okay, so here you see, as per, just an example for this, as per the density of the people in a particular location, a marketer needs to produce the goods. As per the economic condition of the people in a targeted market, the marketer needs to redesign his goods so that the people will not have any trouble in utilizing the goods and services, but they will be satisfied, and the marketer will be able to keep their customers with their hand for an extended period of time. There are other factors too that should be considered, is about the durability of the product. Based upon the economic condition of the people in the target market, the durability of the product plays a greater role. Okay, so all those things should be well considered beforehand, so as to achieve the main target of marketing, that is to satisfying the needs of the people. Okay, so the next step of the marketing function is about the standardization and grading of the product. Standardization of the product means we cannot produce those products and services that are not uniform to one another. We need to produce in such a way that they are all uniform, that they are in proper condition with regards to their shape and size and looks and everything, so that it will be able to attract the customers. Usually standardization means uniformity of the products. So the more the product is uniform, that is, the more the product is stable, more the one product is stable with another product, one product is uniform, or it matches with the shape size of that of another product, it will be able to satisfy the customers. It is not that our product should be very small, our product should be very big. It should be something which should be of reasonable shape and size. Okay. And next is grading. Grading refers to the quality. Grade A, grade B, all these things. As we used to grade our product so that it will be able to fix the prices of each and every particular grades of the product. Okay. And next is your packaging and labeling. See, in packaging, whatever product the customer wants, we cannot give them the product just in the hand. We need to pack it. We need to give a particular shape, wrap to it. That can be through carton, or that can be any other plastic packaging, and etc. like that. So our packaging should be as attractive as possible, because packaging, the more it is attractive, the more customer will be buying it, and more our sales will be continuing it. So this packaging is also called the silent salesman. Okay. And next is the labeling. Labeling refers to printing of the important information about the product on the outside of the packet or outside of the product. Okay. So labeling will be consisting of all other important all other important information relating to legality of the product, relating to the price of the product, relating to the manufacturing dates of the product, also the expiry of the product. Okay. And also the place where the product has been built. Okay. So next is branding. Branding refers to naming of the product. Okay. Some factories are there, some companies are there, they used to name their product on the basis of their own company, and other companies are there, they used to sign an agreement with the other popular brands, and they used to use their brand names to sell their products. Okay. Just a branding is just naming of the product. So in a target market, what we need to do is that we need to analyze the choice of the people, whether they prefer the good brands that are already in the existing market, or they used to prefer those brands based upon any company, based upon the names of any company. Even the new company can, in such a case, the new companies can also come and sell their products. The only thing that will be matter to them will be the quality of the product. If the quality of any local company is good, is enough to satisfy them, then obviously they will be rejecting the goods and services of some famous brand companies. Okay. Next, you see, setting up customer support services. So we have already learned that once a customer must always be a customer. That is actually should be the main motto of marketing. So in this case, what happens? We need to make the customer remains with us for an extended period of time. So for that, so just selling will not be enough, will not be sufficient for a particular marketer. What we need to do is that we need to offer them after sales services. Okay. Even though we need to extend our warranty periods for their services to them. Okay. Additionally, we need to offer more and more products or services or any other information along with the product that we have already sold. Just we need to offer them so that they may be attracted towards our future products and services. Okay. And next is the pricing of the product. So pricing of the product will be playing an important role, because that will determine how well are we able to go and stay in the market. Okay. In that case, various factors are need to be considered, like the cost of the product. What is the total cost? We have to incur a cost, for selling a particular product, like the electricity bill we have to pay for the raw materials, we have to pay for our labors, we have to pay for the premises, and many other things as where the cost will be mattered. Okay. Next, we also have to analyze about the strength of the competitors. That means the same product, at which price our competitor is offering to the people. All these things is we need to analyze beforehand. Okay. Other things is are there, like we need to how maintain a quality with a reasonable price. Along with that, there are various government taxes. Okay, statutory taxes are there, municipal taxes are there, local taxes are there. On the basis of that, we are going to fix the price, because the taxes are something which is not direct. We will not be paying it from ourselves. We will need to recover the amount of tax from the customers, which is actually indirect in nature. So all those things will also add to the cost of the goods. Okay. Along with that, whatever products we produce, we need to communicate with the people. For that particular purpose, we have to charge a particular amount. Okay. So that is actually called promotional cost, that will add to our cost. Okay. So we need to consider so many factors for fixing a price of the particular product. Okay. So after that only we will be able to proceed. Point number 9 is about promotion. This is also another step as that of the pricing. Pricing will also consider promotion part also, because whatever we produce, we need to communicate with the people. We need to hoard it, we need to display it to the people, either through print media or either through screen media. We need to advertise our product. We need to display the product for the people to come and buy them. This promotion adds to the moral value, moral strength of our existing customer. For our new customers, we will be able to communicate our products. We will be able to communicate the features of our products. Okay, so that they will be coming and then they will be attracted. This promotion part is as important as that of our packaging part. Promotion part will also make our selling, will also increase our sales. So promotion must be given as much as possible based upon the company's existence. If it is an old company, it is not necessary for the company to promote. But if it is a new company dealing with new products and services, the company must rely upon promotion. Okay. And next is your distribution. Here, in the cases with distribution, what happens? There are many factors to be considered. This is an extended form of physical distribution. Okay. Other things, transportation will be a part of distribution, but how distribution is different from transportation, that I will be telling you. Distribution of the goods, or distribution of the products, or the distribution of our sources of production. Sources of our production will refer to purchasing of our raw materials. From where are we going to produce our raw materials? Where are we going to store it? Okay. And where are we going to, how many time or how much is the duration of our product, or what will be the capital required, what will be the amount of money required in maintaining our product. All those things will be covered under distribution part. Distribution not only means the physical distribution. Distribution also refers to maintaining our goods, to maintaining our sources of supply, to maintaining our various intermediaries of supply. The more the intermediaries, the more the cost of distribution will incur. Okay. So along with that, the place where we are going to purchase our raw materials, all those things will also be included under the distribution concept. Okay. And now this distribution is different from that of transportation. In the case with the transportation, goods and services are just moved from the place of production to the place of consumption. Okay. So here it consists of the geographical movement. Okay. Because the place where we are producing, that place may not be so that will not be so satisfactory or conducive to the people to come and buy. In that case, we need to send our goods to those places where the demand is more. So it will cover the geographical area where we are going to deliver or send our goods and services. Okay. And next is your warehousing. So just like transportation, in the cases with warehousing also, there is a time gap. between the time of production and the time of consumption. Take for example, in the month of July and August, a company is dealing with various woolen cloths, but the demand for those woolen cloths will not be the same in the month of July and August as in the time of December, January and February. So while the goods has been produced in the month of July and August, for that particular from that particular time to the month of December and January, the goods has to be stored in such a place, has to be kept in such a godown, so that it is free from all types of exploitations. Okay, so these are the various functions of marketing. Okay, so I suppose that this video will be useful to you, and if you find it is useful, then please don't forget to like the video. Okay, so that's all for today class. Thank you very much.